hosts. Can I blame the tourists?
Pixie, I presume, is waiting about the thing from yesterday.
Maybe. I don't know if she knows about it. I contacted her and told her that I needed to speak with her, but I don't know how much I should tell her yet, or if I should even inform her that I currently am on an ongoing with one of their doctors. I don't know, because so here's the deal. You read that report, right?
Yeah.
My concern is that Charlotte and Emerson are at risk right now.
Dispatch 202.
They
show me
are
1042. Y'all stay safe out there and watch each other's backs.
Thank you, Ripley.
Hi, Ripley. Alright, Ripley.
Emerson and Charlotte are at risk right now for even talking to the police. And I'm trying to find the most passive way to proceed with this investigation without putting them at risk, at least initially. Oh, I'm so stupid. I have...
Oh, you still have the gun?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Completely slipped my mind.
Did you run it?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, good.
Don't worry, don't worry.
I find myself having to catch myself before I make that mistake.
There's two things that I make small
mistakes. Not a good habit.
It's a bad habit. The two that I do is I always run the gun. I never remember to put it in evidence. And then the other thing I sometimes forget to do is just do a once over on checking to see if people have DNA. Which is a horrible one, but it's the one that I enforce the most.
Yeah.
Pockets
have DNA?
He should. Yes, he does. I checked that. All right. I mean, we can talk here real quick.
Okay.
So that report, let me pull up that report actually real quick. So if you look at that report, it's going to be report number, please hold. Not the Seaside Warrants one, not the OIS. Where the hell? Here it is. 84307.
Dispatch 451, 1042. You guys have a good night.
I'm going to turn off my radio in 10-7 for a second while I explain this. So, essentially, what happened was Emerson came to me and she told me that it was Elizabeth Byrne. So she was kidnapped, and then a couple days later, after she was found and she told me it was Elizabeth Byrne, she said that apparently it has something to do between Byrne and Cy Carter a long time ago, and apparently talking shit. This whole thing, this whole story. So she painted this picture on Byrne being the one to kidnap him, hold them in a house in Mirror Park, and then, you know, this just kind of ordeal transpired. So it led me to believe I need to get Byrne in interrogation. She then comes to me yesterday and says, I have a confession. I lied to you.
How long ago did that happen?
What, her being kidnapped?
Well, yeah, that, and when did she confess or say that about Byrne?
That would have been report, bear with me. I already have it in a report.
Yeah, it's in here somewhere. Let's see.
Yeah, give me just a second. It would have been the Emerson Lawyer kidnapped, found, and statement 3 days ago. So she gave me this whole thing and lied to me, and I informed her yesterday that she committed a crime.
Yeah, that is full-on obstruction of justice.
Yes. And the issue, too, is that I would also probably hear her with reckless endangerment, too, because she did not inform me that of who was involved. And she and Charlotte both were shot, but with a shotgun on the pier after she was found again. And I told her that if because she's like, I don't want Charlotte to get hurt. And I don't want her to get killed. I said, shocker. And I was very mean about it with her. And she's probably going to She didn't like it when I said it this way, because I know she's going through obviously the trauma of being held and injected with drugs for multiple days. But I told her, I said, if you actually care about protecting the ones that you love, if you didn't give me a false lead, I probably would have the person in custody right now. I said, I'm going to be honest with you, Emerson. The reality is that because you lied to me, the person, before I knew who it was, the person involved most likely already threw the gun in the ocean, and there's no more evidence to find because you could not and would not inform me of the actual statement. So she's already informed that she broke the law. And I told her that she's already kind of, I lied to her a little bit. I said this whole case, the last 8 days of this are thrown out the window, which is not necessarily true, but it was enough for her to realize that building off a false narrative is not good.
It's so stinking weird too, because why would she send you after Lizzie instead of just saying they wore masks the whole time? I don't know who they were.
I asked
Like,
her.
why go to that trouble?
I did ask her that. I said there had to be a reason why you brought up Lizzie. Why did you bring up Elizabeth Byrne? She said, honestly, Charlotte was talking about him, and it was the first thing that came to mind when we talked. Whether that is a believable story or not, I told her that moving forward, it's going to be very hard for me to trust anything that she says. Not because I'm a mean person, but it's hard to have trust in the victim when the victim lies to your face after you tell them, I'm here to help. So I was blunt, and I think I put enough pressure on her in the interrogation room for her to finally split and talk about Jeffy and everyone. Kate informed me that prior to them being in the ICU, there was a visitation that occurred in the hospital where Jeffy was on the visitation list, I guess. That was from Kate when I was visiting Emerson after she was found for the second shooting. Bauer noticed that there was a needle in the regular garbage in the bathroom, which is not where you dispose needles in a hospital. When she finally caved to the recent report that I gave you, the which one? Hold on.
Confession?
Yeah, when she finally confessed to it, that's where Jeffy's name came up. And Jeffy's name has come up before, but something really interesting came up about Jeffy that I wasn't aware of. It might be the only way I'm going to be able to build a case while protecting Charlotte and Emerson, if I were to still stand on the moral ground here. So if you look at incident report 82813, it's going to be a charge where Jeffy was charged with assault. It's going to be an incident report. "20 days ago, there was an interrogation where Jeffy admitted on recording that he beat the shit out of Emerson, which is already the full narrative that I need in order to...
Who's that?
Hey guys, it's Dan.
Oh,
Hi,
hello.
Dan.
Need to chat with both of you real quick.
Yeah,
'cause
what's
you're
up?
both the highest rank on duty,
Okay.
Hello.
and I'm gonna recommend strike points on somebody.
Hmm?
So, Malarkey and Stonefinger apparently got into a tussle at the intersection of Calais and San Andreas. Malarkey beat down and incapacitated Stonefinger and threw him in the backseat of his vehicle and then left him there, causing him to 13 Bravo when we have 10 cops on duty.
Did Stonefinger mention what happened? I'm not defending. It's just was there context?
Stonefinger said that Malarkey was upset that he called him something, and they decided to settle it old style, is what he said, or old school. So I guess they fought it out, and then he stuffed him in the back of the car and just left him there. So he's vulnerable, alone.
Didn't call any medical?
No, Stonefinger had to 13 Bravo.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Like, I'm all for like people just fucking around a little bit, like maybe at MRPD or something like that. But when we have 10 cops on duty and he left him there literally just in the middle of an intersection in the back of his car, incapacitated.
Yeah. Did you happen to get any written statement from anyone? If not, it's not a big deal. but that should get brought up. I'm more concerned on the fact that Stonefinger was left without medical. That's what leaves me with question. Okay.
He didn't want medical. My thing is somebody could have pulled up, robbed him, kidnapped
Oh
him.
yeah, sure, absolutely. And well, the other problem too, and forgive me because this doesn't make it any better. But if there's going to be a quote unquote tussle of any sort, I'd rather it not be in public where people could probably be filming it.
Yeah.
That's not a good look for us in general. If people are gonna have a problem, at least have the problem in our house, MRPD. Have it somewhere where if you need to talk to somebody or you need like a second opinion or you know, drop it down. There's that. What's up?
Well, I
Hey,
brought it
ads.
to your attention. I'm just a lowly officer nowadays. I would recommend 5-10 strike points.
Okay.
So,
Hey, buddy.
Because I mean, you guys are shift 2. Well, Tessa is.
I'm shift 3, but I'm in shift 2 for a good 4-ish hours.
I have been lately, so.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. I'll take note, and thanks for letting me know. I'll probably end up calling Stonefinger, getting some context, and going from there.
No offense, Flop. I love you, buddy, but I was mainly bringing it to Tessa.
Oh, well, I mean, you turned around and said, "Hey, I'm bringing it up to
You
both
guys are the
sen-"
highest. You both are the highest, yeah. Or because
Yeah.
you're a senior and she's obviously the game warden.
Yeah, I can't do strike points, but I'm willing to do the talking or whatever. I don't care. That's up to you, Tessa.
I'm just trying to think of what I want to do. I think I'll talk to them both and see kind of what they both have to say for themselves, because that kind of behavior shouldn't really be happening when we're super low on units, but it could just be that they're goofing off, and
Oh, that's what 100% what it was, yeah.
it could be that it's not that big a deal, but I'm gonna reach out and see what they were doing exactly, and because if there was a big issue between the two, I think one of them would have alphaed rather than bravoed. But your issue, Dan, I think it sounds like you're more interested in the fact that one of
He's
the officers
vulnerable.
was left there vulnerable.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll emphasize that.
Sweet.
And you wanted to recommend strike points?
I don't. Okay, let me preface this with I don't know the current PD how strict we want to be on things. If it was me and I was still a sergeant, I would strike them.
Okay. I'll take that into account.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Tank
do
Top's
you
on
mind?
duty.
Do you
Oh, what?
mind if Flop is involved in the
Not
conversation?
at all. Not at all.
Okay.
You trust him,
All
so I
right.
trust him.
I appreciate that.
Tess is my OG.
Okay.
Tessa's everyone's OG.
But Flop and I are dealing with something else right now, but I will make sure I get to them as soon as I can.
No problem. Yeah, that's Tank Top's on
it's
duty,
all
so I'm
right.
gonna get back out there. Let me know if you guys
Did
need
you
anything.
get your warrant thing sorted?
It was submitted by Shelby last night at like
Oh,
5.
my
I worked on
arms,
it
my
until, like, 5 or
legs,
6
my
a.m., so
everything, dude. I hate the
Okay.
gym.
I just want to make sure you
I
weren't
I
gotta
don't
go
know
waiting
if
on
it's
me.
been signed yet or anything, but I'm sure she'll tell me
I'll
once.
check.
What's up, Rain? How you doing? Goddess, hello.
I think so because we found 28 pillows of methamphetamine.
Oh my
And
god.
I submitted that on the warrant, and the judge seemed to be more interested if we found the taser or not, rather than the 28 pillows of meth. Which I guess I should have said, hey, we didn't find the taser.
I think you're fine, dude.
But
honestly.
my focus is now on this 28 pillows of meth.
I wouldn't sweat it too much. Yeah, I was gonna say, the taser, low key, yeah, we need that, but 28 pillows of meth? That's a lot of
Oh
meth.
yeah, and it was fresh
Uh,
meth too.
Still waiting to hear back, I think. But it is being processed.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go back out there.
Love you, Dan.
Bye bye.
Dan was like, I wasn't talking to you. He came in. Carolyn. Dan says, hey, I want to talk to both of you because you're both the highest ranks on duty. And he goes, well, I wasn't talking to you. Well, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's all good. We'll talk about that after. To kind of really quickly catch up to speed. Both Charlotte and Emerson were listed in this report with Jeffy 20 days ago. And on recording, he said, I beat the shit out of her. So there's already at least a couple weeks here of a motive between Jeffy and Emerson. And the honest story that I got from the confession was that it was a male and a female. And she was left in Mirror Park. And Echo has a house in Mirror Park on the lake. So the question that I thought about was, how do I keep people safe in this when Emerson's already been, kidnapped and she's already lied to me? And I there's a little bit of a moral foundation that I need to stand on too, right? Because part of me thinks I've already been lied to. How far should I be, going on the safety aspect? Realistically, as much as I'm upset that I was lied to multiple times, I still got to be on some kind of a moral footing to try and keep people safe, right? So I have an idea that I think might allow me or buy me some time to gather the PC that I need without actually having to put anyone at risk yet. I wrote this down,
Yeah.
actually.
So I admit, I am a little close to this one.
Oh.
I'm seeing a name in there that is a friend of mine. Wylan was a friend,
Mm-hmm.
and he recently passed away, and I know a lot about that situation. I know enough that I can help you a little bit, but I don't know if I should be super involved.
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yeah.
I don't think Wylan is going to play a part in this.
Okay.
I think the part that Wylan plays is that Emerson called out Jeffy and made a pretty, probably regretful remark to him.
Do you know what happened to Wylan?
I don't know the full story, if I'm being honest.
Okay. It might help you to know. So what had happened was Wylan was going through some stuff. He'd been a patient at Parsons for a little bit. He was out. He'd been released. Something happened between himself and Jeffy. To my understanding, Wylan showed up, I think, at Jeffy's house. I'm not entirely sure on the location, but I think it was at his house, where Jeffy and Kiki were. Wylan threatened Jeffy with a gun and blamed some things on Jeffy. And then Wylan started to open fire on Jeffy and would not stop. At that point, Kiki had to take out her own gun and disable Wylan, and Wylan passed away from his injuries from that incident. That is my understanding of it. There is a report on it. So I think you can kind of understand why I'm a little bit too close to this. So there's a lot of emotions surrounding what happened to Wylan and Jeffy's involvement in that situation. So having someone say, "You're the reason he's dead," would have definitely set Jeffy off.
Yeah. Did Wyland pass before the assault or after the assault?
I would have to check. I don't know.
I'm gonna assume it was before.
I was at his funeral a week or so ago.
Mm-hmm. I'd assume Wyland passed and then Jeffy. The assault happened probably with Jeffy. If I had to guess, it would make the most sense.
I'll get you the date right
Okay.
now.
I'll just say if it was before May 18th, then that's all I need.
It was the 16th.
Oh. Okay. So Wyland passed and then the assault happened.
Yeah, so that is investigative report 82629.
What is it? Sorry.
And then another thing that might be relevant to you is that their house got graffitied.
What was the report number again? I'm sorry.
82629.
Got it.
There's another relevant report that you might want to know about.
I feel like I jumped in the deep end or the shallow end of a pool at first. I'm trying
Yes.
to there is a
I'll
But-
try to fill in gaps, but I honestly am not too privy to a lot of things. Honestly, if you want some information, Kiki might be a good person to talk to about it, but she's very fragile about all this. She's worried that someone's going to try and charge her with his murder.
I
So,
wouldn't think so.
well, no, I don't think anyone should because it was 100% defense, but
Oh yeah. I'm doing good, Rain. How are you doing?
someone went and graffitied their house, Jeffy and where Kiki's staying,
Mhm.
and said, "You killed Wyland." And that was 20 days ago.
Oh fuck. What report is that?
That is investigative 82798.
This was 20 days ago?
Yes.
This was the day of this is all making a lot of sense.
Yeah. That's why I think you should know about this stuff.
Do you know what Emerson's relation was to or even Charlie's relationship was to Wyland?
I wish I knew.
It just it doesn't make sense to me why they would have dug into Jeffy about this, if that makes sense.
Wyland was loved by a lot of people. He was kind of one of those people that was very innocent and did not. His death was a tragedy to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Charlotte, I believe, was EMS at one point, which I think Wyland was trying to become a doctor, and he was very friendly with a lot of the doctor's
Yo,
staff,
what's up,
a lot
Ben?
of
How you
EMS. So I would imagine they were just friends through work. But you'd have to ask them.
Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. I'll keep
For the record, I don't think either one of them were at the funeral. which was hosted at Jeffy's house.
Okay.
Now, I responded at one point to Wylan being attacked and put in the ICU along with Dahlia, Dr. Dahlia. Wylan was saying he was in hysterics. He was saying that it was because of Echo. She had apparently put some kind of hit out on him. And it was Wade Wilson, I think, who was the prime suspect.
I remember that happening, and I remember us hunting Wade. I remember Han was
Yeah.
very infatuated with wanting to get Wade.
Yeah, I was involved in that a little bit. But to my knowledge, Jeffy and Echo were dating at the time. And Wylan was terrified of Echo because apparently she hated him and he was friends with Jeffy. Echo was at the funeral, and I talked to a couple people
What's up, Sus?
about that, and it would seem that they had made amends for whatever situation happened.
Fuck, that's
but
funny.
I never heard that from Wylan, and frankly, I don't trust Echo a lot because I don't know her. And my only experience with her was Wylan in hysterics, begging me to keep her away from him. Not many people like Wylan do that kind of stuff without good reason.
No, that's true. There's no, I don't know if I know of any. How do I say this? Anyone who I know that has ever been in Parsons has never been fearful of another person without there's some justified reason.
But I don't know.
I could tell you what I have in mind, because I think it's a lot simpler than the back of it. I have Emerson calling me. I will call her back.
Okay.
I'll call her right back. So, actually, let me let her know. Oh, nope, she hung up. Okay. So I'm gonna give you kind of my rundown as to what I'm thinking right now, because there's a lot of backstory. There's a big rabbit hole I can go down with this, but I don't know if I'm gonna be. I don't want to give myself too much on my plate, so I'm going with what I can manage, right? I think I'm gonna use Jeffy's assault charge and the interrogation involved with that for grounds on a subpoena based on the recent statement I received from Emerson, establishing a timeline of events, I guess, for grounds to believe that Jeffy's involved. Hopefully get some hop sealing to protect people and request a 2 weeks notice. In hopes that hopefully in that subpoena I'll find something. I'm hoping to find some kind of a paper trail or some kind of information that would lead to some communication with Echo in the subpoena. Hoping that I actually get something out of the phone records. Try and get a subpoena on Echo. And my primary goal out of this whole thing is to try and find means for a raid on Echo's property. If I can get some kind of established PC, because Emerson was held in the shower of a Mirror Park house. Echo owns that house.
Did she say at any point if anyone was on the phone when they had her in there?
No, but apparently her and Echo would sit in the bathroom sometimes and talk for hours, apparently. Echo didn't hide the fact that it was her.
The only issue with all that is that she's already lied.
Who, Emerson?
Yeah. You know, what's to say she's not making that up now about Echo? But who's to say Lizzie Byrne didn't get a hold of her and threaten her and convince her to come by and say, oh, well, actually, Echo did it. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's why I'm starting with the subpoena. The raid
Yeah.
comes later if my lead makes sense. And the issue is, I think you're right, and that will always be ringing in the back of my head. And here's the reality, Tessa. If I'm being completely honest, if Emerson lied to me again and what I do is going to get someone hurt, that is no longer on me. Right? I have told Emerson that if she's honest with me, I can keep her safe, and that I can try and protect her, and then I could give her tips and pointers on how she can proceed with her recent trauma and her recent drug addiction. And I've opened up the door to her on ways to keep herself, I guess, out of the public view and to essentially hide in plain sight so she can still live her life. If after all that, she still proceeds to lie to me, then she's only hurting herself at that point. I can't, the way I told it to her was, I can't hold her hand or slap a camera on her shoulder and monitor her 24/7. And that some of this is going to have to come with her just being smart. Like not going to anonymous pings by herself or anonymous phone calls and getting shot. There's a moral.
Why you choose your PC?
What's up?
What's your PC for the phone subpoena?
PC is the fact that there was an assault and it was from Jeffy and it was 20 days ago and he admitted on recording a few things. I'm going to go and listen to the recording in full and get more details.
Okay.
Emerson's bringing up Jeffy's name, bringing up Echo. Jeffy was also one of the last people to visit at the hospital on the visitation list. So Jeffy's come up quite a bit in this. And I believe Emerson also stated that Jeffy was a mule to get heroin, I guess. And there was a needle found in the bathroom, not disposed of properly. So I think I have a couple pieces here that would allow me to get at least a phone subpoena from the day of the assault. I am taking it's not even really a gamble, but I'm taking what I have to hopefully get something between Echo and Jeffy. And the end all be all is that there is a really good chance Echo is smart about this and will not have anything on record with Jeffy. And if that's the case, I'm fucked. What I really need is PC to check the drain. Because apparently, while Emerson was in the shower, she would try and turn on the shower and water. I need to get into that drain to either get a hair sample, something that gives me the PC to actually charge Echo with the crime. At the minimum. I really don't know if I'm going to be able to do Jeffy necessarily. I don't think I'll actually have the PC to Jeffy, but I think Jeffy's going to be my leverage. He may be the only leverage I have in this. Because I've never even met Echo. I don't even know what she looks like.
I probably couldn't pick her out of a lineup. Okay. Do we need to talk to Pixie?
Yes. I'm
been waiting, I think. I feel bad.
No, it's all good. We'll pick up on this, but that's kind of what I have in mind right now. That's, I think, the safest approach I have to keep people safe.
Okay.
Worst case, if this falls under, it falls under, and they're really smart about it, and I won't have any other leads unless they admit it to it. But my like last case scenario is to actually put Jeffy in a room to talk to him, because I know that he's smart about his words. So I don't think he would admit to much.
You think Jeffy was like fully involved?
The person that kidnapped Emerson and held her, it was a male and a female. Now, trying
What
to
about
say,
Wade?
well, that's the other concern too, right? It could have been Wade. The unfortunate truth, though, is I don't know if I'm ever going to have the PC to prove it was either of them. If anything, I can try and use the old evidence that we have involving Wade to try and get a subpoena on Wade. Maybe get him like a 48 from the time that I could try and get like a 24 or 48 from the day that Emerson was kidnapped. Also, actually, there's something for you. Because I'm curious. Bear with me for a minute. I gotta find the report with it. I'm gonna show you a picture. This was from Samuel Ketch. I'm going to share this to you. Give me a minute. Ketch was staking out the property, looking after, I guess, as he claimed, a friend. Oops, sorry. I don't know if you can hear me. Ketch admitted that he was just staking out the property to, quote unquote, help a friend. And he said that this person was at the property dropping off a note. And the note was involved with, or was in Emerson's mailbox. Either Emerson or Charlotte. I think Charlotte actually owns the house.
It might be Echo.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what Echo looks like. I can't submit that into evidence because it was given to me from a civilian. And a judge would laugh at me if I started taking evidence from civilians. So I'm using that as like a more of an investigative tool as grounds to get a matching description at most. I just don't know who that is.
I think that's her.
Okay. Let's go to the hospital first. Do you have anything to drink by chance?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Hey, Pixie, I'm actually right around the corner where I'm pulling up to the hospital now.
Oh, all right. Okay. If I yell at you, I am really sorry. I just want to... there's a lot of bullshit going on, so I might be a little snappy, and don't take it personally.
That's fine. Do you wanna come across the street by the morgue? Maybe a little bit away from people. Would that help?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. I'll meet you in the parking lot just behind the morgue.
Okay.
All right. See you soon.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
This is a very fancy looking car. Yo, Nez, have a good rest of your night. I appreciate you.
The only reason that I say I think it was her is because of the hair, but that's not nearly enough.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't think I could pick her out of a lineup.
Well, it's hard because the rebuttal is that a judge could just turn around. The rebuttal in like court would just be, well, you know, this was given to me from someone else. You know what I mean?
Hi.
Oh my god, the city hasn't killed Tessa yet, thank god.
Hi, Janetti. Hi, Pixie.
Oh,
How are
Flop's
you?
still alive. That's unfortunate.
What the fuck, Janetti?
Wow.
Jesus.
Tessa, it's really good to see you.
You do.
Yeah.
I'm seeing you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, hey.
I just want to
I'm gonna
warn you.
sit.
We have a shit pile that's about this high, so you're gonna have to throw it up on top.
This is shit pile number 80 of the day. Came
Is
in
that a
for
good
an
thing or
hour,
a
and
bad-
I've been here for 5 or 6 now.
Yeah.
Can I sue Pillbot?
Yes.
Please. Do it.
What do you mean, please?
Do it.
One of the shit shows we had
Why?
to deal with today was him.
Well, the lawsuit's better than what I recommended yesterday.
He
That-
made me crooked.
That
fuck?
junk
What piece of
box
shit?
just tried to explain to me the difference between psychology and psychiatry because I apparently didn't know the fucking difference. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm.
Is he
Uh-oh.
technically classified as medical equipment?
We're just gonna throw him in a trash pile, I think.
Is there a
was a
junkyard that has one of
gunshot.
those? No, it was just a.
Jackhammer.
Anyway.
Is this somebody's car?
I don't know.
It's a nice car.
Anyway.
Hi.
I'm okay. Hi.
Well,
Ha-
Pillbot botching my spinal surgery wasn't actually the reason we wanted to talk.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
just lay it on us.
Lay it on. Okay. Do you know who Emerson is?
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Okay. She has asked. Or well, I recently had a conversation with her. And
How recent?
yesterday and the day before.
Okay.
She recently went through some stuff. It's not really my place to, I guess, discuss her situation. And I asked her, I said, I'm not a therapist, but I would be willing to reach out to somebody who you are comfortable with and who I trust would be a good point for you. And your name came up, Pixie, and I wanted to know if maybe there would be a chance of you talking with Emerson. I don't know how you are with her, if you're comfortable with her.
It's already been handled, and she is in a safe place.
Huh?
I've talked to her already.
What do you mean she's in a safe place?
She's in a safe place. I'll speak to you privately.
Okay.
Want to go over there real quick?
Yeah. Come on, let's
You
go.
want me to go over there?
No, we'll go over here.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Guess I can't
we'll
kind
move.
of can't move.
No, you're good. You have anything to drink by chance?
Yes.
Oh, you are a legend.
I always have that on hand.
I love tea.
Have some coffee. It's coffee.
Oh, tastes like chamomile tea.
Yeah, it's coffee though.
Chamomile tea flavored coffee.
Mm-hmm. It's calming coffee.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I already spoke to her. I don't know if has she texted you today or anything?
She tried calling me after I told you that I would call you back, and we were on the way. I literally had my phone in my hand when you called, and I'm like, oh, Pixie's calling me. That's ironic. So, yeah, she did call me. She didn't. I didn't get a chance to talk with her.
She's in Parsons. She's self-admitted. She's not forced there. She's there to get out of the environment that she's in. I suggested that, it might be a good idea so she can recover and get out of all the chaos.
Mm-hmm.
She can leave whenever she wants. But she seemed to enjoy the idea of actually
Isolation.
relaxing, and being in a safe environment.
Okay.
So, it's already been handled and dealt with.
Okay. I obviously can't go into the personal details as that does, relate to HIPAA and stuff. Right? I think it relates to HIPAA, right?
Yes, if she gives me permission to talk about, or you to talk about. I didn't ask. I know that she said that you were going to be probably reaching out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Since you're the one that's handling all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And I have a good idea. I mean, she pretty much told me everything that's going on. Her and Charlotte?
Yeah, her significant other.
Yeah. So they kind of filled me in on everything.
I gotcha. Is
Yeah.
How this is where things get interesting because I don't know how far I can ask these questions. I don't know how far you can answer these questions. it's very rare that I get the opportunity to talk with a, especially a therapist in regards to this stuff.
Yeah.
So forgive me if there's something you can't answer or I'm saying too much.
Is she around right now?
Emerson?
Yeah.
She called me before.
Let me call her and see how. Let me get verbal confirmation that I can talk about her
Perfect.
stuff.
Dude, this roleplay is so fucking good. I cannot tell you how long I've been waiting for there to just be some spicy ass good fucking RP. This is like
She's not answering.
damn it.
Son of a bitch. She did mention though that you wanted to speak to board members or something about something. So is this something different?
There's something I want to bring up, and I don't know. I can't give too many details. I'll talk to Tessa and make sure that I'm not speaking out of line.
Okay.
There is potentially someone that I am currently, a name that has come up that I'm investigating that is involved with the hospital.
That is a doctor named Jeffy. Yes, I know.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say it. It's fucking fine.
Okay.
Listen, I beating around the bush on this shit. I heard it from somebody else. All right, so.
Yeah. Okay. So I can't confirm nor deny, but with that information on the table, I'm currently conducting. It is strictly an investigation right now. I don't have details, but I obviously have something I'm going off of. Otherwise, it's not an investigation. But there might be something coming up. I don't want there to be suspicion. Obviously, there is the medical neutrality of, you know, allegedly Jeffy doing his job. And I don't want to stop him from doing what he's doing. I also don't want to lead to any suspicion that something could be going on as of right now. When the time comes, I just want to more or less inform the board that there might be some abrupt day out of the blue where I inform and say, hey, this is what's going on. I can't give details, but so-and-so is behind bars or so-and-so is being charged with.
Yeah.
And leaving it there. So
heads up, something might be happening.
Yeah, heads up.
Yeah.
So-and-so shit going down. Don't know how you guys want to proceed, but keeping the hospital and the board informed as to what's going on is the priority for me. I don't know the fine line between how to usually contact the board about this stuff. It's such a touchy subject. It's not really touchy. It's just I want to make sure I'm not out of line, and I want to make sure that you guys are.
It's good to have a heads up that we need to be prepared to deal with the situation. Even if we don't have a name, it's like somebody's being investigated. There might be an issue. Just be prepared. You know, like have a backup plan for something, and that's what we need. So, yeah.
Okay. As long as I'm not out of line, I just want to let you know that there is some stuff obviously brewing, and there is going to be some probably changes in the coming days.
Okay.
But I wanted to bring it up directly to you face to face. I didn't want to over the phone it for two reasons. One, it didn't feel right, and two, I fucking miss you. God damn it. Where have you been, Pixie? I miss you.
I'm in Stab City.
What are you doing up there?
Rudy.
You're doing Rudy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Pixie.
What?
You know, as long as you're happy.
Do you know that there was a day I got concussed and I was wandering the streets looking for a hot dog? Rudy, I texted him like early in the morning, and then he called me after a couple hours. Like he'd just woken up. You know what he did? He's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I need a hot dog." And he's like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I don't know. There's a building and it looks like this." And he's like, "Don't move." He scooped me up and babysat me all day. Everyone else looked at me and went, "I don't know what to do. She's acting different."
What the fuck?
Yeah, he knows how to deal with me. And he knows how to take care of me.
Who's
So
the fuck was that?
I
That
don't
car?
know.
That Tesla? Okay, sorry.
I have no idea who that was.
Noted though. I mean, listen, as long as you're happy and you're good and you know, all that matters.
Yeah.
I feel like a cunt recently because I haven't been able to reach out to all my friends, and all my friends are finally laying it on me that I'm bad with my phone and people feel like I don't want to be friends with them.
No, I get it.
People
You get busy.
well, I didn't realize I run shift 3 now. Like I sound so self-centered when I say that, but I'm doing so fucking much recently. I'm not technically command, but it's been possibly I used to say I'm busy, but I'm officially now, like, I didn't know what busy was until just recently.
I understand. I've done some ride-alongs with Matt. I did ones with McCormick.
I could probably
Jigs.
get you approval, by the way, to do ride-alongs.
Well, I did ride-along therapy. I was talking to Roy about it, and he was very excited. He's like, "Oh my god, like some of the officers that ride around solo really need that." Yeah, I'm available for ride-along therapy stuff. So, but I have experienced what you guys deal with. Holy shit!
Mm-hmm.
I understand why a lot of you are super cranky.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I actually got to a point, I know McCormick has a nail gun, and I'm like, can you just nail them to the goddamn cement so they stop switching cars?
I wish.
I'm like, use your nail gun, make them stop.
Just shoot the fucking tire. Oh my god. Sometimes we'll be there. My favorite is when we're in the same pursuit for 2 hours, literally 2 hours, and we sit back and we go, damn, we impounded 7 cars and we only missed about 12 of them. It gets insane after a while.
No, I was in 2 hours with McCormick, and then I got switched over to Matt, and then immediately into another one that was like, it almost was like an hour, and then I got a headache, and I had to I was stressed the fuck out. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Holy shit.
The micromanaging is insane. It is beyond a level of insane. It's so difficult to try and manage it sometimes. And what's really bad is right now, God, I'm saying that I would love to do ride-alongs. I just recently, I can't go into detail, but I was one of the people that had to kind of put the word in. And one of the words was there's essentially a fucking war right now with another gang in shift 3. It's fucking crazy. Yesterday,
I know.
It was essentially a proper shootout.
Yeah.
For 4 hours.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, I went out with Jigs, and he was like, you need a vest, really.
Yeah.
Vest up. I'm like, okay. So, yeah, no. If you guys are interested, I usually, I'm all over the place, but yeah, ride-along therapy, because holy shit, some of you guys need that. I was shocked at how long you guys deal with that shit, and that is stressful.
Mm-hmm. I could definitely use a passenger.
Yeah, so yeah, if you want to try to get that approved, that's something I've always been available for, and
we can go get it approved right now. My command's right behind me.
Oh, all right. Well,
yeah, let's do it.
That.
If there's any more information that I can share with you, obviously I'll let you know. Do you like my hair, by the way?
Yeah. No.
What?
You've got a band of hair.
It's not that bad.
I didn't say that.
It's not that bad.
Oh, that's weird.
It's a fade.
It's interesting. I mean, if you like
You
it.
could spread that same thing about his hair, and it would be actually
that's
true.
actually true, I feel.
What?
Yeah.
Janetti, my hair's not that bad.
It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
It's worse when you put the hat on.
What?
Yeah, it just
no,
looks like
it covers it. It covers it.
No,
No,
the ponytail isn't the bad part. It's
Turn around. Turn around.
You can't even see it.
See, look at that. Ugh.
Oh,
You can't see it.
it's like
Looks
Charlie
like you-
Brown.
I thought you were bald, Flop.
I was, and then I grew hair out, and I told the barber, get me a fade. So they faded it. You can't even
And
tell
it's-
it's there.
Yeah, you can't even tell your hair is there. That's the problem.
Did you look at it in the mirror? Did you have like the? You know what? It's not an issue. Don't worry about it.
It is an issue. You should worry about it, but that's not the topic.
We've got other things to.
Jesus. Well, all right.
Oh, right along approval.
Oh yeah. Tessa.
Yeah?
Pixie was bringing up to me about the therapist, or I guess the ride along therapy. And I know it's been talked about before, and I said that I would love to do it, but I know that obviously our ride along stuff is more touchy on approval. Would Pixie be okay to do ride alongs if there were no cadets?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. I mean, I was the queen of ride-alongs back in the day.
We can make that happen again. I'm just gonna warn you. Recently, it's a little crazy. Definitely bring a vest.
I've been shot before on a ride-along, like I
not a
said
good
back in the
thing.
day. It's fine. Listen, I deal with serial killers.
It's true.
The gang pew pew. That's like whatever.
Those guys are nice.
Yeah.
Some
it's
of
all
them
good.
are.
They are real fucking sweethearts. Mr. K was here today. Adorable.
Adorable.
That guy's a fucking little cutie.
Oh my god. But
God damn it,
yeah.
Janetti.
Huh?
Nothing. Just I've been seeing you, Janetti.
He's
I
on the
could say the
board
same
now,
about
so
you. I
he's
am on the
all
board.
he has to do all this extra work.
I gotta make a quick phone call.
Okay, fuck us then, I guess.
I'm sorry.
Trying to
It's
see
a
why she got
subpoena
ocean
thing.
dumped.
What?
Yeah, I'm starting to see.
How dare you say that
What?
She's
about
not
her?
as nice as I thought she was.
What did you just say? Take it
I've
back.
been drinking.
What?
I've been drinking, guys.
What are you drinking?
Everything.
Like what?
This is like cherry peach vodka.
Oh,
Listen, what we've been dealing with, yeah. I'm about to start drinking. If
I'd
one
love
more
to know
thing
the
pops
tea.
up, I
White
swear to
Claw.
God.
Want to know some tea?
I'd love to know the tea.
We got a doctor. Oh, actually, we should probably talk to it. We have a doctor who's on an LOA who joined the Neon Tigers, and he's going up to our residents and telling them, write my friend a prescription.
Not just any prescription. Go ahead.
Just
Tell
any
them the
prescription. Zoloft and Oxy for Balto, and just telling them you have to do this. Since he's a staff member, they do it, and we just
What?
found out about that today.
The fuck?
So, one of our doctors went on an LOA and joined a gang who I've been told sells drugs.
And then one of our doctors told me that I don't know how to do my fucking job.
That's true, that happened.
After
Oh, I love that. But I don't get told
Yeah.
I don't know how to do my job. I just get told how to do my job by other people, and I'm like, oh, I forgot that the last 3 years of my incompetency didn't fucking matter. Thanks for your input, asshole.
He
Three-
did both of those to Pixie.
3 doctors said you horribly misdiagnosed a patient, and he said, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
And we said collectively, yes, you did. And he said, I disagree. And he refused to accept that he misdiagnosed a patient who is now suffering because of his misdiagnosis, and then proceeded to tell 2 people from psych the difference between psychology and psychiatry.
Oh, yeah.
Was
And
this
that
Pillbot?
psychiatry are basically doctors, and they can do
Yes.
that. Which is
I'm just saying, technically speaking, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible, Pillbot, I don't think robots, I mean, robots are not like a protected species on our list.
No, they are not.
I'm just saying, if there was a day where you just decided to pull his wire,
I almost did that. I had to walk. I literally walked away from the conversation because I almost whipped out the therapy stick and turned him into a giant pencil sharpener.
There's been a state announcement about like
What's the therapy stick?